Hello software programmers. Today we're going to be having a look at a really amazing tool where you will be able to connect any REST API together without any coding whatsoever and make two systems talk to each other. You do not need a connector pre-built or ready-made by DSYNC. All you need is the endpoint and API details to connect disparate systems together. DSYNC is used for all kinds of different integrations of data, including customer data, product data, inventory data, and sales data. In this demonstration, we will be showcasing how to put together multiple systems and how to build what we refer to as the data layouts or the schemas between the different systems. And we'll show you how to do this very quickly and easily. When you're connecting systems, the majority of the information you need can be sourced from the API documents, including the endpoint details, host details, a sample response, auth settings, and the API methods. Let's quickly cover some of the details you'll need for your integration. Firstly, you'll need a DSYNC dashboard. Secondly, you'll need to know all of the endpoint details, including the endpoint URL and the host details. Before you start your integration, be sure to find a sample response code from the system you are looking to integrate. This will help you to build a data layout in the system so it's easy to set up. Sample response codes can be found in JSON format or in XML format and can be quickly found in the API documents. In this demonstration, we will be showcasing how to synchronize an inventory platform with an e-commerce site. As a reminder, the system does not have to be on the DSYNC library for you to be able to connect it. The first step is to be able to add a new container to the dashboard. In the top right hand corner, select plus system, then create a new connector. Now that you have added your own container to the dashboard, it is time to add your own custom endpoints. In this next section, we'll show you how easy it is to set up a data layout for your systems. Simply double-click on the endpoint you wish to create, then select your file format, then editor, and it will bring up where you copy and paste in your response code. This will automatically create for you a data structure for you to be able to synchronize this system with. Different systems have different auth settings. In this case, we will be authorizing with an API key and a token, so simply click on the system, and then on the right you have the URL where it is going to fetch the data from, and we also have the different methods that you can choose there. DSYNC also offers the ability to connect and authorize your systems with generic oauth 1 and 2. To do this, simply click on the system and on the right hand side enter in the settings field. The next step is to add your second system, so in this case it's going to be WooCommerce, so plus system, add new system. So for the second system we will be using WooCommerce, but we also want to demonstrate how we can authorize WooCommerce through our generic settings. So if you click on the endpoint you've created, and then you have all of these different options such as base, oauth 1, oauth 2, and a generic connector system. So here's some of the API keys and secrets that we have prepared earlier, and this is another way that you can authorize your systems through the settings panel by entering in the different tokens. Okay, let's add the second endpoint, so the destination endpoint. So if you click on the second system and then add endpoint, you can name the endpoint whatever you like, and here it would be known as the destination, so that's where the data will be ending up in. Okay, let's configure the new endpoint. So the settings are on the right, where you can enter in the request URL and also the method, and in this case, as it is the destination endpoint, the method will be post. The next step is to set up the data layout or the structure for the destination system. So to do that, all you need to do is to click on the endpoint and it will lead you into the data layout section. Within this section you can copy and paste the response data into our editor and create a data layout very easily. The next step is to create a link between your endpoints, and this is done by clicking on your first system, then select create a link, and then click on the other endpoint you'd like to connect it to. Proceed to name your link anything you wish. It's free text. And now create a map or choose from one of the selected maps available from the templates. Now we will need to map the data in between the two endpoints. To get into the mapping section, simply double click on the lines between the endpoints. This will lead you into the mapping section, and in this section we will be mapping the SKU with product SKU. As you can see, it's simply done by clicking on the icon and we'll match it up. The second one is stock quantity, and we will match that with stock on hand total. Now it is time to test the DataSync. So to do that, you can click on the small tick between the jobs and then the right hand corner select Run, and the history of the job is shown in the right hand corner. Now it's time to test the target system. So if we jump over to WooCommerce, it says out of stock, and the sync after a refresh says in stock at 500 quantities. So now what we should do is let's do a test to see if we can have a look at the output, and let's download the history of what was sent across. So you can download the output file and you can copy and paste the output file into a parser so you can have a look and see what data has been collected and pushed across. Let's do another test and adjust the inventory, this time to the DVD case to 3. So it currently says 500 in stock. Let's run the job. As you know, we can schedule it at any designated time. And the job's run successfully. Let's go into the target system now, which is WooCommerce, and do a refresh. And as you can see, the stock has now changed to show 3. So as a quick recap, in the last 10 minutes we've been able to connect two generic REST APIs together and make two systems that are not on the DSYNC platform communicate effectively and synchronize data between two systems. DSYNC is a bidirectional system, so you can set up your workflows to push and to pull based on the workflow requirements. And it does allow you to get very granular and transform the data and set calculations in between the workflows. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next educational video from DSYNC.